Hey YouTube, it's your girl Chic from Chic Say What. We are going on live tonight to get into it. We are going to talk about some things pertaining to Tinder and pertaining to the Tinder app, and particularly as it surrounds the Netflix documentary on I don't know what we want to call him, this con artist. Simon Leviev. I think it's safe we can call him that because he did do some time for his charges. So I don't think we got to throw out the word alleged, but he basically saying people lying on him. So we're going to get into it. As you do come in, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when I go live. Because as I say, we real random over here, but welcome to the party. Welcome to the party where we are these starlights. And this is where we get into all things celebrity, YouTube, viral moments. We just get into it. So I had a subscriber of mine. She's like, Chic, hey, have you seen that that Netflix documentary called Tinder Swindler? So I'm like, well, no, but I recently, it was a family member that, mentioned, threw it out there like, hey, have you watched this? And I'm just like, no, and I kind of just forgot about it. So she brought it up again, was like, yo, I think you should check it out and maybe do a review on it. So I'm like, all right, sis, let me look into it and see, see what this thing's about and see if it's something that I want to come back out here onto my channel and talk about. Baby, when I say I was not ready, I was not ready. It was just so many layers to the whole situation, the twists, the turns. I'm like, what? Word? For real? No. It was a lot. It was a lot. And I am somebody, I've never used a dating app before. So I've been married since like forever. So prior to me getting married in 2004, you really didn't hear a lot of talk about like dating apps. That kind of, to me, I started being more of a thing in like the 2000s. Not the 2000, I'm sorry, like maybe like after like your 2010 and beyond or whatever. So I'm not really hip to this whole thing when it comes to these dating apps, but I know people who are. And also I will say that, I have on more than one occasion spoken to people about dating apps, and then I have encouraged them like, yo, get you a profile, sis, because like I said, dating apps kind of came about and became really popular post like 2004, I believe, so it wasn't like a thing, but I don't have any problems with dating app. I feel like, the same safety precautions you need to take when you're meeting somebody at your local grocery store, church, restaurant. It's the same kind of safety precautions that you need to take when you're meeting someone, excuse me, online. So I personally don't think it's a difference with the vetting process, but you got some people, more so I notice like your old school people or people, middle-aged people, like when I say middle-aged, like 50 plus, who are like, I need to date somebody like the old fashioned way, I'm not with that. I've talked to my mom about, she like, and I don't see how y'all do. I can't be doing all that. I'm scared of the internet, stuff like that. So I'm not afraid of the internet, but like I said, I think you got to be safe with what you do. You got to move out here in these streets like with some doggone common sense. So when using the words common sense, with watching this documentary, I just couldn't imagine Keisha doing all that stuff. Because Becky was like knee deep into this stuff. I'm like, Keisha would not be doing all this. Keisha be more on that tip like, yo, baby, what you gonna slide over to me? It don't really be with her sliding over whatever to DeAndre. It don't go down like that. So this was definitely a Becky David type situation to where many of us from the culture, when I say the culture, the Black culture, we kind of really, a lot of us probably couldn't really relate, because we like, sis, like if it come down to I'm having to go get a whole entire loan, put my doggone title they got them title loans where you done put your title on the line just so you can get some money for some man who hollering somebody trying to kill him. Baby, y'all know, y'all know good and dang well that we ain't finna be trying to fall for the okie doke for some man who we done met online and seen a couple of cute pictures, and they hollering somebody trying to kill me. Sis, can you go take out a loan and slide me over $25,000 in cash? Where they do that at, but where I do know they don't do that at is out here in Gwinnett County and where I live, because we ain't rolling like that. So I want to get into the details of this situation. Hopefully many of you have watched it. If you haven't, I definitely urge you to go check it out. So therefore, as we get into it tonight, you will know what the heck we're talking about. But we're going to get into it because it's a lot of layers to it. It was a really in-depth investigation. Hey, Kareen, not Karen. Welcome. Listen, listen. So y'all, Kareen, not Karen, was like, sis, check it out, do a review on it. So I'm like, I'm going to do this for her. Hopefully she can catch it. But Kareen, you didn't tell me all that was popping off. Sis, you did not say that. Like, you were like, yeah, check it out. It's good. Sis, you did not say that fool was doing the absolute most on the levels that he was doing it. I was not ready. I was so not ready. Listen, I'm watching it. The husband coming in trying to listen. I done shushed him out, kicked him out the room, him and the dog and the kid. Listen, I was into it. I did not leave my seat. Listen, I even had to use the bathroom. That's how good it was. I was like, I cannot leave this spot. I got to get through this entire documentary because this fool is on some game. He on some other stuff. And yo, we got to get into it because it was no part of that documentary where I can see my sister, my cousin, nobody that I knew that could easily just get caught up in a situation like that. So we gonna get into it. Luxury Key. Hey, Luxury Key, Metro Atlantic County. Hey, sis. Welcome. Kareem, $10 million. Kareem, do you know anybody that's trying to go and take out a title loan for DeAndre? A title loan. Do you know that we would be so quick to say, listen, it was nice meeting you. I hope that those last 30 years that you have been living, that they were good, fulfilling years. I will help to keep your memory going. If they do catch you and knock you to hell, like that, it would have been a whole different kind of conversation. Hey, Yolanda Washington, welcome. Hey, Auntie. Kareem, these women do food. Listen, what got me, when I say that whole experience would have had me so done with, let me just say, with internet dating, especially Tinder, like I just be having flashbacks. Like I wouldn't even want no parts. So when it got down to sis, like I don't even want to tell it. I'm gonna try to get into it in the order of things because there was just so many moments. So I'm like, what the, like, and you did what? And you said you feel, y'all, I'm sorry. It was a lot. Luxury is key. Metro Atlanta Road said, you must not have seen Love While Locked Up. Nah, sis, I ain't seen that one in. Y'all gonna mess around and have me change my whole doggone YouTube channel because y'all know I'll be over here covering the foolishness dealing with these celebrities. Y'all gonna mess around and make me rechange this because I've been wondering, like, yo, do I want to revamp some things and change this whole platform to get into the doggone Netflix reviews or show reviews? Because this right here, what we doing ain't got nothing to do with what I normally come out here and do on my platform. But I had to get into it and come back and bring, the tea to you all. And so I'm hoping like many of you are familiar with what's going on. But no, Love While Locked Up, I ain't never seen that. But it sounds like something that I'm going to have to probably check out. So you might gonna have to go ahead and text me on that one so I can see what it's about. Karina Karen said, European stupid as AF was yelling at the TV. Listen, I think the one I was most done with was the first one that just hopped on that plane. Becky was on some other stuff when the other Becky was like, sis, what the F you mean you about to go? Y'all seen that text message when she told the friends what she's about to do? And they was like, sis, what you mean you about to do? They even had enough sense to know this is not what we do. Like, yo, Rebecca over here, Lisa Karen was like, no, this is not what we do, Becky. This is not how we roll. We don't roll like that. Luxury is Key Metro Atlanta Realtor says Keisha is spending her tax money on Daquan. Yes, but Tisha tax money ain't no $25,000. That part. Tisha can roll Daquan 1,500. Keisha gonna roll Daquan 1,500 because okay, I'm gonna go on a whim and say at least Keisha's seeing Daquan more than what Becky was seeing David. Keisha seeing Daquan is at least coming through. Daquan coming through at least 3 days a week and throwing that back out. Daquan is coming through and putting it down. David around way in Dubai and in Europe and London, like talking about somebody trying to kill him. So Becky wasn't even benefiting from she forking out this money, but not even getting no benefits. So I'm on Team Keisha on this one because Keisha getting at least something out of it. That's my opinion on it. Karina Karen saying, "Oh, girl kept on talking about loan." Karina Karen, if she didn't sit the hell, when she talked about that, she had 9 banks after her. We know what it's like when you got 1 or 2 that's ringing your line. She talking about 9. While she talking about the Beauty and the Beast, it was like her favorite movie of all times. Yeah, y'all, I need to start sharing my screen. Y'all know how I do over here so I can get into the articles. But Karina Karen said, must been good for her to take out 250 worth. And it had to have been. It had to have been good because I really remember on that first day, he flew her out with the baby mama who was supposed to be the baby mama and the baby. And she got, he broke her off then. It ain't enough. Daquan can't even lay it down like, okay. Daquan can't lay it down like that for me to be going out and getting no loans. But Daquan might be able to lay it down enough for him to get, a cool $300. He might trying to get them new Air Jordans that just came out. I might give Daquan the $300. But Daquan, listen, Daquan, you better be coming over here. I need to see you 4 days this week instead of maybe like the 2 or the 3 that I normally see you. Listen, I'm all about a give and take. I'm all about a give and take. It ain't gonna be just no giving over here. And David was just taking, and Becky was just giving. And while she crying and these creditors hitting her up, she's steady going in debt. Y'all, I could not believe it. Karen, not Karen said, Peter hurt. Listen, baby. Nah, wait till you see the lockup show. Tanisha gave Rayshawn $20K while he was in Dell. Okay. I can't do this with y'all. So let me do what I do over here. For those who are new over here, welcome to Chic Say What channel. This is where we get into it. I'm all about showing receipts. I share my screen and just show where I get a lot of information from. So y'all know I ain't just pulling this ish out of thin air. And I always drop the links in my comments. So if you want to go back and check it out. But y'all, this man got you. Y'all, this man was doing the absolute most. Did y'all? They then had the doggone Tinder create whole new rules about how they moving going forward without them throwing out why they doing it. They didn't say, y'all, this is what we not finna do. We ain't finna do this, and that no more. And y'all fools need to be looking out for this, and that. So let me share my screen, and y'all, we gonna get into it. Let me see which one. Let's go here first, y'all. We finna go here. So this is NBCnews.com. Simon Leviev, subject of Netflix Tinder Swindlers banned from dating apps. I bet the heck he is banned. Tinder released a new set of guidelines on how to spot a scammer and what not to do while dating online without mentioning Leviev or the documentary. Y'all know that Tinder, like what y'all not been with Leviev, what you not finna do is you not finna shut down our whole enterprise over your foolishness. Now I will say Leviev, he was giving you something to look at with his little bitty self, because that second woman, remember, she was like, he was kind of a little bit itty bitty, but he's what is Israeli, and like, so I'm gonna say Leviev, he's something to look at. He got a little weight on him in this picture or whatever, but with them pictures and stuff, and he had his little fitted little like dress pants that was tailored to his butt and stuff. He was giving. But what I didn't see is him having like Keisha or Rochelle or Samika or Tamika. I didn't see where they didn't hit him up and he was like getting money from them. So yeah, they wasn't here for it. So he had Becky, Clara, Karen, and Debbie. They was rolling him the coin. So the article goes on to say Simon Leviev, the subject of Netflix new documentary The Tinder Swindler, was banned from dating apps like Tinder and Hinge after the filmmakers alleged he had scammed several women for an estimate of $10 million. So they said, he was doing like his own human Ponzi scheme. Like he was taking money. Okay, Becky, go ahead and run me the 25,000 because I need to go ahead and take Michelle over here on this yacht experience. Becky, did you send the cat? Did you send the money? Becky, what is taking so long? What is taking so long? The yacht is about to pull off. What is taking so long? I need that money. Like that's the type of pressure that he was putting on them women. And they just damn near running, tripping over their feet, going to the title loan. Because that's what I'm saying. Sis went to the title loan and was putting up the title to her car, the mama car, because she had to get that money for Brad. Like, because Brad is calling. And y'all seen that. And then what's up as Brad was putting on the pressure. I'm calling this man Brad, but that was Simon. Simon was putting on the pressure like, what is taking so long? That's the messed up part about it. He the one in need, and the way he was pressing these women, and they had the dirt. They was in their feelings, feeling bad, like with the, we got to make sure he live. Sis, for what? Why do he got to live? He ain't coming home to you. All you doing is talking to him in the What's Up app. So why do we even care about if he live or not? But let me carry on with this article, y'all. The Tinder Swindler follows 3 women who said they were conned by Leviev, an Israeli man. They all met separately on Tinder sometime in 2018 or 2019. In the documentary, the women allege that Leviev, whose real name is Shimon Hayut, claimed he was the son of a wealthy tycoon. Y'all, that man had put his whole face in that doggone that couple photo. But y'all, did y'all think that he looked like that man? Y'all, I was looking, I'm like, that's his daddy. Y'all, they look like they had the same nose and everything. So y'all couldn't have told me early on that wasn't that man daddy. He claimed he was the son of the wealthy tycoon, took them out on extravagant dates, and started relationships with them before he eventually scammed them out of the large sums of money. At the time of its release, February 2nd, the Tinder Swindler said Hayut was back on Tinder, which the company denied in a statement. So I did catch that part in the documentary where they were saying he was back on there. And then, he was, now he was hooked up with some other little cute little skinny white girl. And I'm like, okay, did she not see the headlines? Did she not see the news? Because y'all remember, like the last chick, she learned about it from it, hitting the headlines. So I'm like, okay, Clara, did you not see what did that then popped off? Like, I know you real young, so we gonna see that you clearly was born by the time he got caught up. Why are you running around with this man? Why are you running around with this man? That's that part that we over here that can relate to in the culture, is when the writing be on the wall, you got all the information, you got all the tea, and you still go and sign up and do the stuff that you do and be crying with the lovely tea, like say them tattooed tears, and be in your feelings. Be in your feelings. Let's see if we get another documentary out after he done went ahead and did this whole little situation again with another set. Let me see where I leave off at. Tinder spokesperson said in lead up to the release of the documentary, we conducted an additional internal investigations and can confirm Simon Leviev is not active on Tinder under any of his known aliases. He might got a new one. I mean, come on. Hayut was also banned from using dating sites and apps under Match Group Inc., including Match.com, Plenty of Fish, and OkCupid, she said. Attempts to reach Netflix on Hayut for comment was unsuccessful Tuesday. Hayut did not appear in the documentary, but a voice message the filmmaker said he sent them was included in the film. Quote, I will proceed with the lawsuit against you for defamation and lies, and you know that everything is based basically on a lie, and that's it. This is how it's going to be. Hayut said in the voice. He got all his dang nerves while he talking about trying to sue people the way he done doggone swindled this money out of these people. there was another point that I wanted to make about with this whole situation as well. It left me, but I'm gonna come back to that. On February 1st, a day before the documentary was released, Tinder published a set of new guidelines titled Romance Scams: How to Protect Yourself Online. So y'all single ladies, listen up. And even those who ain't single but trying to do the have some side situation. Let's see what they talking about going forward, like what we ain't gonna be doing. The fact sheet, which did not mention how you in the document, includes tips about how to identify a scammer and what not to do while dating online. In July 2019, Hayu was arrested in Greece, extradited back to Israel, where he was convicted of 4 fraud charges in order to compensate his victim a total of more than $43,000. The Times of Israel reported. He was released after having served only 5 months of his 15 months. Y'all, I could have fell out just when they threw that part in. I was not ready for that part. 5 months. Then they even threw out like even those crimes, the ladies that we did see like in the documentary. He wasn't convicted for those crimes. He was convicted for other crimes back home. Because y'all remember when them investigators showed up on his mama doorstep, she was like, yo, I don't talk to him no more. I ain't seen old boy, my son, since he was 18 years old because he do the absolute most. Slam door. She treated them as the way she talked about her son, like Brenda be talking about Daquan, like I'm tired of putting money on his books. I'm over him. Bye. She was done. I ain't talking to him, so I ain't got no reason to talk to you. Since his release in May 2020, Hayu has lived as a free man and regularly posted on his Instagram account, which amassed more than 100,000 followers. According to the newspaper, his Instagram account had been deleted as of Tuesday morning. Excuse me. I bet it is. I bet it has been deleted because once this documentary hit, I know what I want to tell y'all. Y'all remember that fool wanted to go get a whole new face? He was in tears when them people told him, sir, only criminals want to do stuff like that. I think I hit the float in, but I got back up and finished watching. Luxury. Listen, my mouth was open. Like I said, when I say I ran the family out the doggone room, listen, I'm at work. I'm doing my homework. Karen's like, yo, sis, you need to sit down and watch this. So y'all got to go. Popcorn in hand and a drink. Karen saying from Bumble, Tinder, POF, these dating apps dangerous. Yes, all of them are dangerous. You got to move responsibly. Y'all, what took me out is when sis at the end talking about, they was like, so would you ever go on there again? I get that question a lot. Sure, I will. It ain't Tinder fault. Would I say that I would be so done with a dating app after that kind of experience? She talked about she still hold on for love. And when she hit me with in the beginning, I've been on Tinder for 7 years. Who been on Tinder for 7 years? If you need to be anywhere like that for 7 years, she didn't say, okay, I was on Tinder for 2 years. Then I found my love. We got married. It didn't work out. So I got back on Tinder. Then I found Martin. And then no, sis didn't talk about no breaks in that 7 years. Sis was strictly like, I've been on here for 7 years. I think she had like about 1,400 different people it showed in her profile that she had matched up with. Y'all, naturally, I got to thinking how many of them people smashed, because if it was so easy for her to jump on a jet with old boy to go to whatever the heck they with, what y'all think she did with them other 1,359 men that she done matched up with? I cannot, y'all. I can't. Luxury is key. Metro Atlanta Realtor said, you remember Jennifer from Basketball Wives? He done scammed her out of a Benz. I remember that. I remember, wasn't that the guy? He was the son of the lady who owned the restaurant, and then did he end up doing some time or something? He was caught up in where some girl or somebody had died or something. It was a whole controversy on that. I wonder what's the update with that, because they supposed to have said somebody, the cousin. It was the male cousin. He got hot. Listen, I'm going into a whole nother situation since you done brought that up, but I think Jennifer was hooked up with that lady from that had that restaurant. I don't know if it was called Sweeties or something like that. Y'all gonna have to remind me, but that was a whole nother situation. We need to do a Where Are They Now episode. Luxury is key. Metro Atlanta Realtor said, we all need to be careful while dating. Scammers are real and they ain't holding back on nobody. They sure the heck ain't. Hell, they like shit. It's COVID time. Not COVID, it's the pandemic, and everybody trying to get a come up. Everybody is trying to come up off of the next person. That's why I just be like, with ladies, like self-esteem is key. Because my thing is like, when you getting caught up in situations like this, no matter how you look, you can still be the most beautiful person in the world, but your self-esteem is shot in the ground. Because I'm gonna say that first woman that hopped on that little private plane with him, I found her to be a pretty lady. She took beautiful pictures, but clearly her self-esteem isn't there. And because it's not there, I think she was only like 29. And then y'all know sometimes ladies, when that clock ticking, you start moving more recklessly, because it's just like, oh my God, like, okay, I still haven't had kids yet. I still got to get married. So it's almost like you taking any and everything. The devil is a lie. There is never no reason to not have a standard about yourself. And I believe that Brad knew that Keisha wasn't about that. Like he knew that he couldn't pull that mess over like Keisha. He knew that was a Becky situation all day. Karina Karen said, funny, he goes, will sue you to you got that. Listen, when he it's just like, I pick up with him. He's one of them type of people where it's just like, I can do it, but you can't. Like, you seen in a documentary, he didn't appreciate moments where he felt like somebody was trying to have an upper hand over him. He didn't appreciate that. Like, you started seeing like how he started talking reckless and stuff to the women when he seen like when he couldn't get what he want. But though when he getting over on these women, it's just like, oh, well, brush it off. Don't worry about it. I got you. You know, it was crazy. Karina Karen says Israeli model. So is that what he is? An Israeli model? Keandre Wade, child, oh girl, sold all his clothes. Keandre Wade. When I say she had an inner Keisha moment at that part, because that was the one he least expected to really do him in. Her inner Keisha was like, F that, yo. He got them clothes. He got them clothes. Oh, no, I got some for his ass. I got some for him. Baby, you say you need how much money? Baby, y'all, he had hit that woman within that same message that he said, what he said, go sell your car. I was dead when he told that woman, when he was asking for money and she trying to figure out where she's getting this money. That fool said, go sell your car. The fact that he even threw that out there as an option for her. I think when he hit her with that, that's when she knew, oh, he was some other ish. She said, oh boy, might have got, I think he had got maybe like 150 out of her, $150,000. She was like, oh, I got something for him. I got something for him. He got all them designer clothes and stuff, because I'm in the industry. I know how much that were. Baby, how about let me do this for you. Go ahead and put all them clothes together. Baby, I'm finna go ahead and put that issue on eBay, and we finna get all the coin for them clothes. Yeah, baby, that sound good. Oh, you smart. See, that's why I'm gonna marry you. That's why I'm gonna marry you. The inner Keisha was like, we finna get on this plane and fly to this crazy MF and pray that he don't ask for none. But she might, if he did ask for something, she might have to just do what she had to do and go and break him off and give it to him. Listen, it's about the mission. It is about the mission. She went out there, sis went out there. What they said, she understood the assignment. Well, if that wasn't an I understood the assignment moment, sis understood the assignment. Did y'all see when she came back home? She pressed them clothes. Listen, she had them clothes looking like they was ready to go in Neiman Marcus. While doing the documentary, she was still getting hit up on them damn Louis Vuitton draws. So he looking for his money, y'all. He cussed that lady out in about 8 different languages in that what's up looking for his money. And when I say that she looked unbothered, she was not bothered at all. That's what I say. They say them ones that you don't worry about, them be the ones you need to worry about, because that was the one he did not think that she was about that life. But she said, F you, MF, I got something for you. Luxury is key. Metro Atlanta says, not size situation. Listen, listen, like, you got size situation, whatever you got going on, because y'all know how people moving out in these streets, the divorce rate 50-50. And even within them 50 that's still married, I'm going to probably cut that in half and say at least, 50% of that is doing some other stuff. So you know what the deal is. We've all probably didn't know somebody where we've heard that they got a situation and then they still own the doggone dating apps. Wink, wink. Where we like, did you see Daquan profile? Knowing that Keisha just had that baby. Y'all know this is a real thing. So that's what I'm saying. Even if you got you a side situation, you better you better be tuned in to this live, or you better go to, listen to what Tinder said, read them doggone with them T's and C's. You better read them T's and C's. For y'all who don't know what T's and C's are, that's the terms and conditions. You better read the terms and conditions, because Tinder's like, listen, this money that y'all paying these fools, we ain't got it. We ain't got it. We trying to live just like y'all trying to live. We trying to live. We ain't got it. So you better read these T's and C's so you know how to move out here in these streets. Period. Pooh. Keandra Waits. Period. Pooh. Corrine not Karen. Yup. Y'all know we ain't no fools over here. We are not no fools. We are not no fools. While they going around doing these interviews, they need to be jumping on Keisha these lives over here, Sheik's live, to listen and learn about how to move in these streets, because these rules are universal. Keandra Waits, OMG, yes. Corrine, not Karen. Yep. Listen. So I'm gonna get into some other stuff I want to share, because there's so much to it. I want to even talk about, I seen something where those ladies did interview. And y'all, I just want y'all to even just take in just how they move different, how they move differently just in other cultural groups, how where they mind and stuff go. Ours don't even, like, our brain cells, like, we can't even take our mind to even think like them. We can't even do it. That's why a lot of them be like, oh, Black girl, you're so, I just so admire you because you're so strong. Listen, it's just common sense. It ain't got nothing to do with strength. This is just basic. This is basic common sense. This is common sense. It ain't, Becky, it ain't that deep. It is not that deep. It's really not, y'all. It's really not. It's not that deep. Keandra Wade says, sis got a 300 credit score and need to get off a 10. You know what? Speaking of her, I'm about to, let me share my screen, because it's some more foolishness that I got to show y'all, because it's a lot. Let me go ahead and flip over to the eonline.com. So it reads, why the Tinder swindler Cecilie says she feels sorry for the alleged con man after Netflix film. Y'all, Cecilie was the first one that got con. She was the one that was out of the 250K that got 9 banks looking for her. Y'all, she was the one that man did a whole employment agreement. It's like, Brad Simon, they won't give me no money. They said my income, I ain't got enough income. Oh, that's all right, sis. I'm about to show that you on payroll for the diamond company. Don't worry. I'm about to show that you pulling in $93,000. I think he had her down looking like she was making $93,000. Sis, don't even worry about that. Stop, dry your tears. Don't worry about that. I'm finna make it to where you making the doggone salary that you ain't never seen in your life, and you probably never will, with the way her thought process is. And he created that whole employment of that. When he created a check, y'all, he created a check stub. He went into the lab. Mind you, this is a man that he on the run, folks trying to kill him, but he can go into the lab and create entire check stubs. That part. And she done gave it to them people. Still, that wasn't no sign. She done gave it to them people. So they done increased her credit limit. Now she talking about she owed 9 banks. And she was on suicide watch. Did y'all see when she said she almost swerved into the doggone truck, and that's when she knew she needed to go check herself in to the mental institution? Y'all, I can't do this. I can't. Well, we're going to carry on. Y'all, listen. Y'all know, anybody that be over here on these lives with me, y'all know this mess be taking me to F out. And I be trying to struggle to keep it together, because I be getting in my feelings. But let me carry on with this article, because they really making me mad over here. So at the least, that's how Cecilie Schroeder, whatever that last name y'all see is said, she feels towards Shimon Hayut. Let me see. Make sure y'all can see that screen. Okay, so also known as Simon Leviev, in an interview on the Drew Barrymore show on Friday, February 11th, Cecilie and Pernelia, I felt like Pernelia was smarter than Cecilie. Like, she was like, wait a damn minute, Cecilie was on that other stuff. They sat with Drew to discuss the aftermath of the Netflix documentary, The Tinder Swindler, in which they both accused Shimon of taking thousands of dollars from them at first meeting on a dating app. He has not been charged with any crimes connected to his relationship with Cecilie or Pernelia. Y'all, did y'all catch the part when Pernelia talking about she done gave that man her down payment money for her house? Listen, see, that's that part where I know that she wasn't one of us. Y'all know how long it takes today. A lot of people ain't even homeowners because they can't get that down payment money. She didn't tap to her whole reserve while she had been living with her mama, saving up her coin. This fool hitting her up, talking about somebody trying to kill me. And she gonna say, well, I found it more important with trying to save this man's life than trying to buy me a doggone house. She called it a house or apartment. You know, she's from another country, so maybe you quote unquote buy an apartment. But needless to say, this is for her own home so she could get from underneath the roof of her mama. Y'all know if her mama probably knew about that stuff, she would have got cut smooth the hell out. Y'all know her mama would have cussed her out. Y'all know her mama would have cussed her out if she knew that money that she was saving, she done gave it to some man that now mind you, Pernilla wasn't even getting broken off by that man because remember, she thought he was too little. Pernilla didn't have no relationship with him like that. They was just friends. She said he was itty bitty. She said, she already just like, no, this ain't gonna work for me. That's why three other women, she came out the less. I think she probably gave him total about 50, 60,000. And that's it, because she wasn't sleep. She didn't have that type of relationship with him. It was more so from a friendship situation. So carrying on with the article, Cecilie and Pernilla sat with Drew to discuss the aftermath of the Netflix documentary, The Tinder Swindler, in which they both accused Shimon of taking thousands of dollars from them after first meeting on a dating app. He has not been charged with any crimes connected to his relationship with Cecilie or Pernilla. That part right there, that's the part that had me done. They was the ones who helped bring him down, and they didn't even get any charges. It was nothing. He didn't even get any punishment associated to what he did with those ladies. The law enforcement, these women brought him down. It wasn't the professionals, the people who got the credentials, whose job it is to bring people down. That's not who did it. It was these women that did it. Drew Barrymore asked Cecilie, who called Shimon a mastermind at what he does, what she would say to him right now. She replied, y'all check this part out. Mind you, this is the one that he took the most money from. I think that he needs help. I really feel that he needs help, and I feel sorry for him. Huh? Okay, that's what I need to say too. I feel really, really sorry for him. A very empty life he has. What do you feel sorry for him? Because Keith should be over here hoping he get hit by a bus. What do you feel sorry for him about? But let's go on before I get shut down on YouTube talking crazy. Shimon had responded to the Netflix documentary with a voice memo that played in the film. Quote, I will proceed with the lawsuit against you for discrimination and lies. The Lord should have struck him down just when he even threw out that L word right there. And everything is based on basically on a lie, he said, and that's it. This is how it's going to be if you don't sit down somewhere. Last year, he told Israeli Channel 13 News, I was wrong. I was wronged for the things I never did. Bruh. You didn't share the same doggone pictures of you getting clocked, you and the big old bodyguard getting clocked in the head behind it. The same pictures, and you talking about lies? On the Drew Barrymore show, Pernilla said, I would say that I told him that I'm going to do everything to let everyone know who he is, and I think I sort of accomplished that. And just say, I told you so, Drew responded. Mission accomplished. Y'all see, Pernilla didn't talk about doggone feeling sorry for him. She was the second smartest. I think the smartest one was that last one, the one that thought to sell his doggone damn clothes, get her money back. She was like, I might not got all my 150 back, but I got something. I can sleep at night. That part. Pernilla expressed that she and Cecilie share the qualities of being loving and caring humans, which possibly made them a target for Shimon. That's what we want to call it, loving and caring humans. Okay, he's an adapter, she said. He really adapts to you and your persona, the type of person that you will like. And I think he seeks every opportunity that he can use to be honest. Right. Like, yes, he preyed on, like, Pernilla, like I said, she wasn't dating him. She was just kind of kicking it with him while he was dating other women. So she didn't really get a lot taken out from her over a course of a long time, like the other girl, Cecilie. Pernilla kind of gave him some money on a couple of occasions, like after fact, but she still had her slow moment, but her moment wasn't as long as Cecilie, the one who hollering she feels sorry for somebody. Since you ain't got no money to be feeling sorry for somebody, like Sis said, with your 300 credit score, you ain't got no room to feel sorry for nobody. We ain't talking about feeling sorry for nobody until we get into the 700s, if you ever even was there, because you ain't got no room to feel sorry for nobody. Luxury is Keith said, no, not Tim. Okay. That's who I came to mind. But I thought she was dating. Well, you're going to tell me who Jennifer was dating. I thought that's who she was dating. Karen said he killed his nephew. He is in jail now. Okay, what's his name, y'all? I can't think of what his name was, but his mama had restaurants, right? Y'all sure it wasn't Tim that Jennifer was dating? I thought it was like the guy was. I thought the one who supposedly took the car from, to swindle her Jennifer out of that car, whatever that situation was. I thought he was connected to the lady who owned the restaurants or something like that. But I'm going off of memory, so y'all take that for what it's worth. Keandra Wade says, "Ain't no D that good to make me give up thousands." Sis, say that again. Especially, listen. It ain't even that good to be trying to give up my little unemployment check, my PPP loan. Listen, they was giving up whole PPP loans. That's what the hell they was running him. They was running him PPP loans because how you just coming to him with just money like that and just freely. Y'all, what about the part where Cecilie went looking for that doggone apartment? Whatever happened to that? Because remember, she done picked out one and everything. And then after that, that's when he started, I think, sending her pictures about getting knocked upside the head. So I hope she didn't put nothing in her name or anything, because remember, she picked out some apartment and he told her budget was, what he told her, was it $10,000 or $15,000 that he said her budget was for the monthly rent? And she just is happy, just filming and stuff. I can't do it, y'all. Karine, I can't listen. I don't know. It's just, y'all, it was a lot. It was a lot. Karen said, common sense ain't common. Apparently, billionaire, but he needs a loan to make it sense. Like, it was just amazing how, and then like Panilla, the one put it together, she the one put it together, that it was like this Ponzi scheme where he was having other women pay for other women's his lifestyle, because she was kicking it with him from like a friendship tip. So she was like, okay, yeah, Cecilie gave him $250,000. That's a lot of money, but I watched him spend money. There was more money than that he was spending. So there had to have been other women who was also giving him money too. So I'm thinking like the other women initially, they were like too embarrassed to kind of come forth because I think Cecilie mama was like, yo, we need to call the police, because what we not gonna do, you ain't gonna be trying to take and sell the title to my house or whatever and have me have a lien on my house so you can be sending this man some money. Because y'all remember, she ran to her mama house when she finally told her mama what's going on. Her mama said, you need to get your A over here. And that's when she flew back home. And then while she was at home, that's when she said she was driving and had thoughts of swerving over into the oncoming traffic. And that's when she knew she needed to check herself into the mental institute. Yeah, that's what she said. Karen said, technically, he didn't do a crime to them. They gave him the money freely, and their names are on all the documents. Fraud, yes, but can't prove it if without his names on documents, unfortunately. Y'all, they even had given him pictures like their passport information. They gave him, because both Pernilla and Cecilie, they both gave him their picture copies of their passport. So he had all the information. That's like your ID. That's got like the same kind of like pertinent personal information, like a driver's license. So he had everything. And you're right, Karine, about that. But I think, you still got that fraud. He still, I guess you can still hit him with fraud, but I guess it wasn't nothing too deep they can get him with, because like you said, they was willingly giving him money. I just wish that he had still gotten some time still for what he did for those ladies. Like I wish, especially given the fact too that they were responsible for bringing him down. Because remember that last one, she was so smart to where, like, I don't even know if my mind would have went there. Y'all, did y'all peep how when she was talking to him? Because remember, he had, what got me, y'all, would have had me dead, is when he sent her a message talking about he was staying at a 1-star place. Y'all know that man with waiting pictures, 1-star, he nothing less than 5 stars. So when he was talking about how he was still with a pole king, he still had king on his title. And then suddenly she seen, I think he said something slick to her, something alluding to going someplace, but she peeped like, okay, he went off the radar. He must be on the plane. Y'all, sis turned into a whole, when I say that was Keisha looking for her baby daddy so she can put him on child support. Like, She had a whole like private investigator. Like she was like, y'all, I didn't, she got online. Look like she reminded me of like one of my sisters who like real resourceful. And she gets to investigating and stuff. Like when I say that she sis can just put all the pieces together. Like some people mind just work like that. My sister can just be on it. I could see her linking some stuff together like that. But I guess maybe that's that baby daddy energy when you didn't, you got kids and you got to make sure that your kids' daddy do what the heck they supposed to do. So early on, you learn how to be resourceful. And when I say my sister is resourceful, I don't know nobody like that. I don't know nobody like that. Keandra Way say the sweetie pies. Right. So wasn't it like the lady's that wasn't the lady's grandson who was dating Jennifer? Y'all sure? What was his name? Who was Jennifer dating that got her out, that she was talking about, that did something pertaining to her car or something like that? That wasn't 10. Who was that? Karina Karen said, I love fairy tales and Hallmark movies like everyone, but would never do this foolishness. Yes, because it is just that, a doggone movie. Y'all, when she kept talking about she still liked the Beauty and the Beast, if your grown age, she didn't even start talking about where she didn't upgrade it to a more current love story with some doggone real people. Sis was still stuck on Beauty and the Beast. And what took me out is at the end on that documentary when they asked her if she would go on Tinder, and she just lit up like a Christmas tree talking about, yes, of course. Like, see, that's that stuff I'm talking about. She's still looking for love. Like she got self-esteem issues. And when you got issues like that, sometimes when you desperate in things, like people can sense that. Like they pick up on that early on. And that man, Simon, like he picked up early on that this was a woman who was like desperate. And I don't feel like it was about his money. Like she just seemed desperate. I don't think it was about like the money, what drew her to him. Like initially, she just was, as like many women, like you looking for love. You looking for love. And she been looking for love for 7 years as of that time, as of that documentary on Tinder. My thing is, if you'd have been on here on this platform for 7 years, sis didn't talk about, okay, well, after this whole incident, let me move over to Bumble. Let me go check out, see what's popping off at Bigo Live. She didn't say, okay, I'm about to experience a whole nother platform just to see if the energy, just, I got my platform back out there. I was like, and it's so funny because I was talking to my kids about this show, my daughter, my oldest son, and they were like, well, what Tinder got to do with it? It ain't they fault stuff happened. So they was kind of trying to defend Becky about trying to still go back out there. I'm like, yes, but still, okay, let's talk about the part that she said she been out there for 7 years and she didn't have what it was like 12 to 1,400 matchups. Like, let's talk about that part. Are we just gonna skirt over that part that all her 20s she been on Tinder? Keandra Way says she checked the flight times and told the authorities where he was. Yes, the last one was smart. She was really smart. And she was saying that was the one like he least expected that from her. Like he did not expect for her to be wise enough to, because remember, she kept playing her, baby, I love you, this and that. She was playing her role, y'all. She was doing what y'all know. That's what we would have been like. You got to play this. He ain't here. How he know? How he know? She all online. Nah, I ain't sold them drawers yet, them Louis Vuitton drawers yet. And I'm hoping somebody. She tell him, nah, I ain't sold nothing. She said after a couple of weeks, he knew she was lying. That money was rolling in. I would like to know how much money she recouped from those clothes, because she said it wasn't what the total value was, but it was kind of resale clothes. So I would be curious to know like what she did get back. I'm gonna say she got enough back to go towards whatever that $150,000 bill or whatever money she paid back. That part she got enough back. She got more back than Panilla and Cecilie got back. So she was winning. To me, of the three, she was winning. Karina Karen said he picked the right ones with those backs. Oh yes, he picked the right ones. He knew what he was doing. He knew what he's doing. He always it's like early on, what they say, you read the room, and he picked up who he can con. Like I'm sure he came, there was some women early on, their energy showed like, nah, like she ain't going for it. Everybody didn't go for it. Enough went for it, but everybody didn't go for it. let me see. I'm gonna share another screen. This is something where it's showing some of the tweets and things pertaining to this story. Let me see, y'all. Hold on. Let me hop over to. Okay, so peep this right here. So this article says, What is Simon Leviev, Netflix Tinder Swindler, doing now? He posed as a billionaire son, conned dozens of women out of thousands, and has since deleted his Instagram. So it says between 2017 and 19, Israeli national Simon Leviev, born Shimon Hayut, conned women he met through the dating app out of almost 10 millions of dollars. First of all, we ain't got that kind of money over here in our community to be playing like that. We ain't even got that money. And like I said, what we not gonna do is be going over to getting or catching a ride over to title loan to be trying to take out loans when little baby Andre, we got daycare bill to be paying for. You know, we got responsibilities. We can't be doing that. Then it was like he was arrested in 2017, but only spent 5 months in prison due to good behavior. Since then, he supposedly got into business consulting, real estate, and Bitcoin. Y'all, I wish I would try to want to do a real estate transaction with this man. Y'all, he better have basically had you thinking you buying some house and it's somebody's house and they just gone on vacation. So now you done moved into these people's house. They come back home and they see you damn got your heels kicked up in their house. Y'all heard about stories like that? What you call that? When somebody live in your house and you gone. But here, peep this, yo. I'm gonna share you some tea just from background. I'm also a licensed real estate agent. What I do remember learning in real estate school many years ago, if somebody roll up on your property, so say you got a property and you been gone for a year, however long you been gone, and that person who stand on your property paid the taxes on that bad boy, sis, Houston, we got a problem. Do you know they now have a legal right to that property because they paid the property tax on that bad boy? That part right there. So I just can't even imagine even trying to do anything dealing business related with this man. But look at him. He clean, y'all. He was always clean. He was clean. Yeah, he got over it. He definitely, one thing I will say, he was definitely good at what he did because, you got to be good at what you do as far as with being a con artist in order for him to have did it for so long. Because in the past, if y'all remember, he had did time before for doing that stuff, conning women. And they said even that with that baby mama, the one who was supposed to have been the baby mama, whoever she was, she paid a part in his behind getting sentenced from that first time. So what he done told her to have her back on his team as he trying to swindle other women. Because remember, she supposedly was on that private plane ride from the first date that Cecilie took with Simon. So what was the deal with that to where you already knew? Because Cecilie talking about how could she let me deal when she says, what made you think that woman was loyal to you if she's still rocking with him? Common sense goes to show that she in on whatever it is that he on. I don't know if he told her, listen, go ahead and play your role and I'm gonna slide you over a little something. But Cecilie really thought that woman should have had her back. And I'm like, sis, like, if you don't go take a nap, if you do not go take a nap, let me see. So these are some of the tweets about it. One thread of Simon Leviev timeline details. The September 27, 1990, born as Shimon Yehuda Hayut into an ultra-Orthodox Jewish family and grows up in Bnei Brak outside of Tel Aviv. So now 31 years old, Hayut's origins can be tracked back to the city of somewhere in Tel Aviv, Israel, according to the Times of Israel. His father is Rabbi Yohanan Hayut, the chief rabbi of El Al Airlines. His father had also been accused of aiding him in defrauding. So they didn't really talk about in the documentary his actual family background much. You remember I said they went back to Israel and because they had an address and that was the mom's house. And she was like, yo, I ain't seen him since he was 18. he's changed his name. Like she was like, I ain't trying to have no parts of him. And if he get locked up, like she ain't had no bail money. Like, listen, don't call me. Like she had all that energy. Do not call me. I don't know who you're gonna call, but you don't call me. So apparently, his daddy had also been accused of aiding him in defrauding plaintiff Rabbi Phineas Badush out of hundreds of thousands of shekels amounting to 400,000 in US money. So it seemed like, I guess he had it in his blood because his daddy was, I guess, about that life too. So they both was kind of into some suspect stuff together at one point. So in 2011, Hayut was charged in his home country for crimes of theft, forgery, fraud, and cashing stolen checks. A year before, he allegedly stole checkbooks from a family he was babysitting for. My thing, I don't know how he done sold himself. When I seen a documentary where they said he was a babysitter for somebody, I'm like, okay, he really was doing the most to where he didn't convince somebody to watch their baby. So it says checkbooks from the family as he was babysitting for, attempting to forge 3 checks from another household while working as a handyman. He was found out, arrested, and released on bail for $3,000 US money. Later that year, he fled Israel under a fake identity. And y'all see what that is, because I ain't gonna even hurt myself, probably bite my tongue trying to say that name. But that was the fake identity. So y'all, this was Cecilie. She was the slowest one of the 3. I think we all can kind of concur. But they said when they decided to kind of take it to the public, people was giving them the business in them comments like, what that? I bet you mostly was their own people giving them the business like, who the heck? But, listen, at least, they put their pride aside and said, yo, we got to take it to the public. People, people drug them, but it was what it was. It was what it was. People just was like not really understanding how we got here. They weren't understanding at all. I know I wasn't understanding. I was lost trying to keep up with the timeline. Now comes a bigger question. What has Hayut been up to since his release? For starters, he's been banned from Tinder. A spokesperson told E! News that the company bans Simon Leviev and any of his known aliases as the story of his actions became public. Ooh, child. Like, look at him, y'all. Can't tell him nothing. Y'all, did y'all peep the part when he gave that woman that watch? She should have, my thought process, like, she should have known that watch was going to be fake. When he started hollering, listen, I'm going to give you one of these watches to pay you back, I was done. I knew that he was taking his fraudulent behavior to a whole nother level. She went out there, got into a whole doggone high-speed chase. One of the guys with Simon seen somebody snap a picture. They done hopped into the car. They running, and she she said she had to put on her acting skills to be like she had to get really into character. So, like I said, I think she was the second smartest one. Cecilie was just lost in the car. She was just straight lost in the sauce. Like, it's just, remember, she's still back out there on Tinder. I wonder if Vanilla on Tinder, but Cecilie told us in the documentary that her profile is current. It is up to date. She is accepting all applicants. Kareem Not Caring said he is probably a booster to get his name brand clothes. Probably so. Like, he's one of those stories, how where they say, well, with like NBA never broke again. Like, he got that never broke again. Like, because we seen where he came from, and it was nothing like the life that he was portraying, that he was pretty much living, even at the cost of another woman. But it just seems like he just early on, he was like, yo, I'm not what we're not gonna do is be broke, as in be living my rest of my days impoverished like this. Like, I'm not gonna do this. If there's a will, there's a way. And it's just unfortunate that he channeled his energy into negativity, because he could have taken that same energy and put it into something positive and being really successful. Look at it. But it's like he didn't channel his energy right, because You can see that he's about living a life of luxury. And we've seen where he came from. That is not what he grew up in. But he was like, this is the life I want. I'm not going back to living that life, that I lived when I was a child. Like, I'm not going to do that. And I'm fine with that. We need a motivator, but that don't mean that you turn to swindling people out of their money. Like, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. And then y'all seen in the documentary, they said the security people, they didn't get no time. That big old meathead security guard that he had that was running around with him, he didn't get no time. He did not get any time. They probably still kicking it right now. He was always right there, his right-hand man. But Simon was the only one that did time. 5 months. That's not enough to have somebody be motivated to get their life all the way together. You cannot convince me that this man is somewhere living on the up and up. He probably ain't even got no real estate license, because you got to have a real estate license in order to sell real estate. You can't just be doing that all willy-nilly. So if you try to sell real estate, I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't even have a real estate license and he's out there moving in an illegal manner. So I definitely would not trust for a second doing any type of business with this man. So I hope that more than enough people catch this live. For those of you who are on this live, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, drop a comment. I like to respond to comments. Let me know if there's anything else that you would like for me to cover. But this was a lot. Like, I really, I was definitely really into the documentary, but it was like a mess. It was just like, oh my God. Like, I don't know what I expected to come out of it. I actually thought it was going to be like something where it's different episodes, not like you sit down and just watch it and complete. But when I saw that, I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to sit and watch this thing because I need to know what's going on. And then so I can conclude if it's something that I can try to come and bring out to you. So thank you, Karen, for making the recommendation, because I don't know otherwise if I would have gotten around to watching. Like I said, a family member had mentioned earlier during the week about it. She had texted like, hey, have you seen this? And I'm like, oh no, and it kind of left my mind. So you were like the second person that kind of brought it to my attention. So I'm like, yo, let me check this out. And then when I started researching, for this live, I was just seeing like all these different articles out there about it, and it's apparently performing pretty well on Netflix. It's doing very well, but I know he don't appreciate his business being all out there on Front Street, hence why he talking about trying to sue somebody. But he need to go have separate seats, because who you finna what on somebody else down? Who what money, Houseway, like what money you finna use to be you finna go back to Becky and be like, okay, I'm in a situation, I need another, like, who finna fund this lawsuit? So no, I think you need to go ahead and let this one go. you need to let this one go and accept that you done got caught up. Everybody know your face, and a responsible surgeon is not trying to change your whole entire face like you tried to. And my thing was, what money? Who was going to be paying for that surgery for his face? Because it's just like, I would imagine that was going to cost a pretty penny with him trying to get a whole new face. And then what had me is when the last girlfriend was like, the doctor said, no, we can't do that because only criminals come in here want something, something like that done. And then the girl was like, when the doctor said that, she thought to myself, hell, he is a criminal. She said it took everything in her, y'all, to keep her stuff together. I bet it did. She was like, oh, I was so glad he didn't try to want to get him some on that trip. She said she just laid there looking at the ceiling, just waiting for the next day. She could not wait to get from out the presence of that creep. Like, she could not wait. So she went there, mission accomplished. Sis understood the assignment. She went there. She executed the plan. Like, listen, like, she did what she was supposed to do. She was like, ladies, I got this. I got this. She did that when they showed her pressing them clothes, taking pictures. Like, I was like, okay, This is a woman, like what they say, never mess with a scorned woman. That woman was like, oh, didn't y'all see when she said she had got beat up? I didn't understand that part when she said she had got beat up by somebody. I wonder if he played any parts with that. Y'all see when she was all roughed up and stuff? She didn't say that she got robbed though. She just talked about how um somebody roughed her up, and then she showed pictures. So that all happened during the course of her relationship with this man. I think they were together for maybe close to about 2 years, but I wasn't quite clear on what the story was behind that. But he's so shady. I'm just like, I wonder, was he behind her getting roughed up or something like that? Because it was just random when she kind of threw that in and showed pictures of herself getting roughed up or whatever. But he was a piece of work. He was a piece of work. But I will say, the women that he was, running around with, they were beautiful white women. It's just that they were just slow. They were slow. And I mean, it is what it is. It's just amazing, when you just see like cultural norms, I guess. You're not gonna have slow, everybody not gonna be slow in a cultural group, but when you see that there's more slow people in one than the other, it's just like I don't understand. I don't understand. So I had a lot of those I don't understand moments with watching the documentary, but in all it was a good watch. So definitely, a good watch for a Friday night. So I was happy that I did get a chance to catch that. So y'all let me know, sound off in the comments for those who are on this live and those who catch the replay. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think about this documentary? Do you think Simon needs to have several seats and sit down somewhere and stop doing the most before he get hurt? Or do you feel like, like this man, he didn't do nothing wrong. He was just asking these women for money and they were like, okay, boo. And they was coming through for him, period. Like, like no love lost, what's your thoughts on that? Do you think that these women who became victim of his, that they've learned? Do you think Cecilie will be moving differently in these Tinder streets as she continues to swipe right or swipe left? What are your thoughts? So again, I thank you all for joining. Again, before you leave, make sure you like, share, subscribe. We are growing over here. This is the party. You are my starlights, and this is just where we get into it. So until the next broadcast, peace.